before it's too late.
These are just some of the people who are involved in jungle warfare in Brazil. The enemy is ignorance, greed and corruption. A war whose casualties amongst others are these defenceless tiny primates. The Golden Lion Tamarins. These creatures, along with so much of Brazil's wildlife, are on the red list of species that are teetering on the edge of extinction. In fact, in the 1970s, these creatures were so endangered, primatologists predicted they would be totally extinct by the year 2000. Thankfully, due to a massive international effort, they are not, but only just. Denise Ramboli is a general in the battle to save them from extinction.
Well, I'm working with the Golden Lion Tamarin program about 10 years.
She and her team work at Poco de Antas in one of the remaining fragments of Brazil's Atlantic rainforest. When you talk of Brazil, most people think of the Amazon, never realizing there is, or rather was, another forest just as big and just as biologically diverse. Once upon a time in the south of Brazil, not so many years ago, there was a forest that stretched for more than 1,000 miles along the Atlantic coast. It was huge and teeming with life, but today it's gone. Like the Amazon, it too had a richness of life that would have equalled any other place on Earth. It would have had millions of species of animals and plants, many which aren't around today. But this is no fairy tale, rather a horror story, as today there is less than 2% of this magnificent forest remaining. And what makes this catastrophe worse is that the remaining forest is fragmented. Ten or 12 hectares here, 100 or so there, maybe 5,000 over the hill. Nothing that can guarantee these tiny monkeys any future, at least not without our help, and even then it's doubtful.
Well, so far we have around 800 tamarins in this region, but they are not a unique population. They are divided in 3 small subpopulations.
In an ideal world, these 3 populations would be able to socialize together, to come together, to mate, thereby ensuring the continued existence of the species, at the same time widening and strengthening the species gene bank, which is essential for any species to survive. But they can't come together because they are trapped. Their home ranges are miles apart. They live in forest islands, separated by a green ocean of pasture, crisscrossed by fences, roads and interstate highways. Which means there is no way they can reach one another to propagate.
There is still a risk of extinction for this species because we are enlarging the population, but the rhythm of enlarging the population is faster than enlarge the forest.
Denise says it's a race against time, but they are making progress as they have convinced a number of landowners around the reserves to donate land to help the fight to rebuild the forest and the struggling Golden Lion Tamarin population. But she says although there are many landowners willing to help, there simply isn't enough forest left, and the Golden Lion Tamarin's final hour is drawing near. As if the lack of trees isn't bad enough, the lack of trees isn't the only problem. The Golden Lion Tamarin hangs out in groups of up to 10 or 11. A single group needs around 5 hectares of land. Therefore, these forest fragments soon become overcrowded. Golden Lion Tamarins like to eat fruit, leaves and insects, though sometimes they bite back. At night they like to sleep in hollows. They don't have nests as such, but will hop from tree to tree, checking out possible group retreats until they find one that they're happy with. These gentle creatures generally grow to around 30 centimetres tall and weigh less than a video cassette. These are fragile creatures and occupy the dubious honour of being on the IUCN's red list of critically endangered species. They are truly battling for survival.